Hi everyone, my name is Lisa Mattam and I'm so glad to be back with you, and I'm so glad to have you join me on my journey as I launch my skin and hair care brand, Sahajan. When we last spoke in the last vlog, I had announced that we were one of 8 companies chosen to go to the Sephora inaugural beauty bootcamp called Sephora Accelerate. I am back and I have lots to share. First thing I want to do is share with you sort of what it was like and what happened, give you a bit of a behind the scenes. And the second thing I want to do is tell you what I really learned from it and what I took away that's really going to impact the way that I do my business. So first things first, how was the program? The program was nothing like I could have ever imagined. I feel like it was a mix, reality TV meets inspirational environment meets business boot camp. And the reason why I say that is, there were these great moments. All 8 of us stayed in a house together with someone from Sephora, and we had this beautiful, amazing expert in residence. The president of Christian Dior was with us. What a phenomenal experience. There were cameras at times. When we got in on the first day, they did our makeup, they did our hair, and then we had a cocktail party with the executive at Sephora. So very, very cool. All 8 of us living in a house, bonding, creating experiences together. It was amazing, and I'm happy to share more with you about that. But what did I learn? So the first thing that I really learned, we arrived and we were given these beautiful gifts, and we got a card from the founder of Urban Decay. And one of the things that she said on her card was invest in back-end operations. And while that sat with me in the first day, it's something that I thought about during the week, because I heard my fellow cohort members and the way that they were looking at their business. There was this amazing woman in the cohort who, again, was running a small business but was doing very, very well, growing rapidly. And it was amazing for me to hear that she has a CFO who works, while I think part-time, looks deeply into the finances of the business. That is something I'm actually looking to do quite quickly, because again, while I don't have a lot of money to spend on that, I also recognize that if I don't look at the finances, there's enough marketing I can do that I can easily drive myself into poverty by spending lots of money and not making sure that the money is mirroring all the expenses and all the profits that need to come through. So big thing, invest in back-end operations. The second thing I would take away is me as the founder and living my brand. And so I heard that in multiple ways. I heard that from the different entrepreneurs that came. I heard that when people heard my story of why I started Sahajan. But I also saw that there was this wonderful entrepreneur. Her brand was turquoise. All of her products come in turquoise boxes. And every day she wore turquoise. And Carissa Bodner, if you're watching this, you totally inspired me. But what was amazing about that was I took away this opportunity to say, how can I be more bold with how I live the brand? I don't see myself, every day necessarily tattooing Sahajan on my arm, but I do actually have a Sahajan t-shirt, and to be honest, sometimes I don't wear it. I think, I always worry that I'm being a bit over the top. But who's a better spokesperson than me? And, we all know that it takes multiple opportunities to see something before it cements in somebody's head. Sahajan is still a very unknown brand. And so if I can expose people, whether it's to the logo or to the impression of Sahajan, I need to be able to do that. And so that's something I really took away. And as I start to think of accessories and things that go with the brand, maybe creating bags that have the Sahajan name on it, all of those things are going to become really important to make sure that the brand gets lived and shown in every way. And the third thing that I really took away is that week for me was actually fairly intense. Not necessarily just because of the programming, and it was an incredibly busy week, but because I had moments very personally, and if I can be very honest, of sort of intense vulnerability, where I had moments where I would see whether it's these amazing cohort members, or we had a chance to go to the Sephora town hall, and I would say to myself, can you really do this? And the ultimate answer is yes, I absolutely believe I can do this. But I walked away and I said, I can't do this if every moment of my day is spent in the weeds, if every moment of my day is spent sort of moving fast and getting things done in the business. I needed to be able to find a way to take out time to think about where the business is going. In order for this business to get where it needs to go, I can't be all the time sort of, everything from custodian to social media manager to CEO. I am going to take 2 hours of every week where I don't talk to anybody, I don't respond to emails, and I sit. And in those moments of sitting, I think about the business, I read, I learn about what other businesses are doing. Because it's only in those moments of inspiration, and it's only in those moments of clarity, and it's only in those moments of asserting my big goals that I will actually get where I'm going to go. or where I want to go. Thank you so much for joining me. Those are my learnings from Sephora Accelerate, and I have to tell you that there's many more, but that's what I would net it down to. If you have any questions, thoughts, anything that you want to add, please do leave them down below. I'm so excited that we're starting to get feedback and we're creating that community of entrepreneurs that can really support each other as we take on some wild goals. In the next episode, what I want to share with you is what I've learned about how social media can really benefit small businesses. And so as we start to talk about that, I'll give you some of my tips, my tricks, and what I'm starting to learn as I go through the wild, wild west, as I call it, of social media. Thanks, and we'll talk to you soon.